Hello everybody, my name is Hocus Pocus and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 53 of the series, and if you're with me for the last episode, you will know that we went ahead and found ourselves an ocean monument nearby, and that we've got a lot of work ahead of us basically. So recently, or not recently, between last episode and this episode, I've been sort of getting a few things together. So we've got a full shulker box of dirt here. That's going to be used for building up the farm. We've got ourselves some dark oak logs. Again, they'll be used for the farm. We've also got ourselves some buckets. So if you don't know what I mean when I talk about the farm, or what I'm referring to, I'm talking about the Guardian farm that we're going to build at the Ocean Monument. So I'm just gathering up resources to get that done. Also, between episodes, I went ahead and found ourselves a Heart of the Sea. So if we have got, I believe we've got 10 of the shells. I can't remember what they're even called, to be honest. They should be back up at the other section of the base though. So we might have to head back over there quickly. But we're going to create ourselves a conduit today, so that once we get over to the Guardian farm, or the Ocean Monument I should say, we can actually breathe underwater and see underwater and all that good stuff. That should hopefully make things a little bit easier for us. So heading back to the original base right now, the overground section. And hopefully we have got some of those shells left over. Nautilus shells. There you go, that's the name. So here we go, we're going to head up through the mine, as we usually do, up the ladder. And as I said, hopefully we've got 8 Nautilus shells, I believe we'll need. And the Heart of the Sea, that should allow us to make a conduit, which we can then, of course, using some of the prismarine blocks, put into action once we get over to the monument. So let's just take a look over here. We should have a ton of them up here. Okay, there we go. Look, we have got loads. That's from the AFK fishing sessions, by the way, if you didn't know where we got those from. So Heart of the Sea, I believe, goes in the middle. Nautilus shells way around the outside, and there is our conduit. So we can go ahead and take that over to the Ocean Monument, as I said, and that should help make things a little bit easier over there whilst we're in and around the water, because we're going to have a lot of digging to do, especially underwater. The monument pretty much needs to be torn down. So I think what we'll do in this episode, we'll take a few blocks over there and basically get the foundations of this thing set up and do as much work as we possibly can in the time frame that I do have available today. And once we've done enough, or a sufficient amount of work for this episode, or what I believe to be a sufficient amount of work, then we can round things off and then just continue to work on this throughout the course of the coming 10 or so episodes. It's going to take quite a while. I would definitely imagine it's going to take quite a while. So what I'll do is I'll continue to get a few more things up together in our shulker boxes, and we'll head over to the monument. Okay everybody, welcome back to the video. So as you can see, we are now over at our Ocean Monument. I don't really know how far away we are from the base. Probably roughly around 1,000 blocks in each direction. So it's not too far away, really. We should get some portals set up here sooner rather than later. Anyway, as you can see, I've got all of our materials here. This is going to be nowhere near enough, but it should hopefully be able to... it should hopefully be enough to enable us to get started here. So we've got 3 of our shulker boxes. Well, all 3 of our shulker boxes. We've got this small cobblestone platform, which is the very first step that you need to build when constructing this farm. So I'm going to be following an online tutorial from this point onwards, so I guess I will just check in every now and again just to show you guys the progress that I'm making. But this, as I said, is going to be a lot of work, so don't expect too much from this episode. It's going to be a bunch of, not meaningless building, but it's going to be a bunch of tedious building. So I'm going to go ahead, as I said, start the video up and get this thing underway sooner rather than later. Okay everybody, so as you can see, we've got some framework now, which is outlining where the farm is going to be built. So for those of you who don't know the mechanisms of an ocean monument, essentially they're 58 by 58, and within those boundaries and up to a certain Y level, they will spawn guardians. So I'm going to go ahead and try and encapsulate the entire ocean monument within our farm. So if you come to the edge here of our scaffolding and look down, you'll see that it perfectly lines up with the final block on the edge of the monument. So we are going basically all out here. We're going to try and turn the entire monument into a farm, because I figured that you can go ahead and build a smaller one. I'm watching the Cub fan video to determine how I'm going to design this thing, and you can go ahead and build a smaller one like he has, but I feel like I mean, what's the point? We may as well go ahead and do the entire 58 by 58. This is something that we're only going to do once. I can't imagine we'll ever build another Guardian farm in the world after this, so why not go ahead and build the full Monty while we have the chance? That's what I believe, anyway. So, as I said, we're going to try and get the entire 58 by 58 monument encapsulated inside of our farm, and hopefully that is going to make this thing have insane spawn rates. That's another thing I've noticed as well. You can actually get shot through shulker boxes from the Guardians, which is interesting. But anyway, as I was saying, we're going to try and fit the whole monument inside of our farm and get the spawn rates cranked right up to 100%, which will be pretty awesome when it's complete. So another thing I want to show you before we quickly take a break again here is that I've got this sort of glass design going on. So we're going to be using light blue, cyan and blue glass in a pattern to create the wall of this thing, because I don't want it to look too boring. You know, it's going to be a huge box as it is, so we don't want it to look too displeasing to look at. So I think I'm going to also incorporate some stone brick into this, which we currently have none of. So I'm going to have to make a resource run back to the base in a second, but I just thought I'd show you that the initial design is underway and we've got the scaffolding up together to start construction, and that is exactly what we're going to go ahead and do right now. Alright you guys, so just a quick update on how things are going over at the Ocean Monument. As you can see, we have now got a one high wall that runs around the outside of our farm here. So a combination of 3 glass blocks here. We've got the light blue, the cyan and the regular blue. And we're also putting a stone brick block every 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to essentially create a sort of spiral pattern. So here, let me demonstrate how that's going to work. We won't go over there because there is a mob. And now we're in the water, which we don't want either. We need to take off. There we go. We are up. Nice. And we're coming back down. There we go. So let's land on the wall again. Okay, so a quick demonstration, as I said. So there's a light blue block here, so we're just going to rotate it one across. So like this, like this, like this, like that, and then back through like so. And we're just going to keep the pattern moving a block across each layer that we go up. So let's take a quick look at this from a distance, if we can. We might have to go in the water here. So as you can see now, we've got this sort of pattern that's going to eventually turn into a spiral. So as the wall gets higher, the blocks are going to shift further and further to the left. So from the outside and the inside, it's going to look like a spiral. But I think also from the outside, we might try and add a little bit of depth. And that will be in the form of blocks just hanging off the edge like this. Not there. Every stone brick block might just get an extra block hanging off the edge like so, just to give it a little bit more depth than it already does have. But we'll decide whether or not we maintain that design choice after we've constructed the farm, because of course implementing that won't actually interfere with the mechanics of the farm itself, so we should be good to go ahead and install that afterwards. So as I said, we will wait on that decision for now. However, we're running very low on glass, so I think I'm going to have to head over to the desert shortly and get a bit more of that. But I will try and go around and create another a second layer before we head off and do anything. So let me get back to work and then I'll catch up with you in a second. As I said, I needed to collect a bit more sand, so here we are over at the desert biome, which is about 5,000 blocks away from home. It's a pain in the butt to get to, but we're here. So may as well get as much sand as possible while we're taking the opportunity to actually spend some time in the desert biome. And as you can see, I'm almost full in terms of inventory. And I filled up the entire shulker box, or what was left of the shulker box. I'll give you a quick look into there right now. So we've got 18 stacks in there already, and we're just going to fill up our inventory before we move on here. But hopefully this will be enough glass to at least get the first section of this build complete, because honestly it's going to take a lot of resources. In the Cub Fan video, he predicts around 1,500 glass blocks. But of course, since we're making ours 58 by 58, it's going to take us a lot more, and I don't even want to predict, but I'm guessing that it will be over 2,000 comfortably. So as I said, we're going to need a ton of glass blocks. So here's our chance really to knock out as much of that as possible. So let's just see how close we are to filling our inventory. Alright, we're almost there. I'll take a few more blocks before we get out of here, just to maximize the trip, basically. So we're up to 27 now. Let's just take the rest of this strip before we jump on out. Okay, that'll do. So as you can see, pretty much full now. 38 here. The shovel is on its way out as well, so we're probably best off leaving. And I've just actually had a realization. We're gonna have to ditch something because we need to take the shulker box. We can do that. Grab the shulker box. We've got a bed here now as well for the future, which is good. So I'm going to get out of here, get back to the Ocean Monument, and I will see you there. Oh boy. This is taking a very long time. So we have recently got back from the desert biome, as you guys just saw. And now we're using our smelting room to get the glass up together. So far we've got quite a bit in the shulker box here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks in the shulker box. And you also saw that I've left a bit of raw sand in there as well, just in case. And we got a bunch more glass coming through. You can see a little bit more coming through here right now. And we should have some in this side. There we go. So we've currently got 5 stacks here and 10. We're still waiting on a load more glass to smelt up though. So we're going to be here for a little bit longer. Then, as I said, we will head back over to the Ocean Monument. But something that we probably should do while we've got a little bit of time is head over to the small storage area, which you guys know by now is over here. Down these stairs. Oops, forgot to fly. Quick bite to eat. We need to craft up a few more of the dyes that we've been using. So we need we need some blue as well. So let's just take 6 of those. I'm going to craft up a bunch of stuff here, just to make sure that we have enough. So if we just chuck some of that in there and some of that in there, we can make about, we'll make 40 of these. That'll be overkill probably, but it's fine. And we'll make 40 of these. Actually, you know what? Let's just make a stack of each. That'll probably be the most sensible move here. How much have we got here? Okay, we're just short there, so we need a bit more lapis. Here we go. A few blocks of that. Luckily, we have tons of this by now because of all the mining that we've been doing, so we shouldn't run out anytime soon. There we go. So we've got 64 light blue, 64 cyan, and we're going to go ahead and just make sure that we've got 64 of these. That is not going to be enough. 2 more blocks here should do the trick. So there we go. And we can get that back in there. Put a few of the dyes back in here. So we've got 64 of each now, as you can see. Cyan, light blue, and lapis. That is perfect. So let's get the shulker box and just put them in there like so. It doesn't really make a difference, actually. What should we get rid of here? Let's get rid of a bit of sand to fit these in, just so we've got enough dye for sure. Or actually, no. We'll keep the sand. That's a bad move. We'll stick the dyes in here because we're not likely to need that many. 64 of each should be good. Let's make sure we get the shulker box back. I don't want to head anywhere and forget that. So now we'll go back to the smelting room quickly just to double check how that is getting on. And then we'll probably cut from here over to the Ocean Monument where we're going to be doing a little bit more work before I show you guys my progress. So let's just grab the glass that we've got in here. So as you can see, there's a bit more coming through, which is nice to see. And some over here as well. So we're up to 8 stacks there. Should be a few more stacks to come. And then I'll meet you guys over at the Ocean Monument. Alright, you guys, welcome back. So we are over at the Ocean Monument where the work in progress farm is coming along nicely. As you can see, we've gone up to 3 high now. And hopefully this stage will sort of give you a better indication of how the pattern's going to work. So let's approach the wall just to take a bit of a better look. So as you can see, the blues just change diagonally along with the stone brick. So every layer that we go up, we just move everything to the left by 1 block. And it's going to create a sort of spiral pattern. I don't really know how high the walls are going to go. Hopefully high enough for the pattern to be at least a little bit effective. Anyway, that is enough of the wall. So for now, we're going to have to do a bit of filling in. So I'm going to grab a few stacks of dirt. And essentially what we need to do is just come through the middle here. And we need to make sure that we're getting rid of all the kelp as well as we go. So we need to just bust out a few pieces. And we need to fill in all of this space inside of the farm itself, so that we can go ahead and set up some of the water streams that are going to direct the guardians once they enter the farm. So once we're done here, there should be a dirt platform that extends inside of all of the gap that is in the walls of this. Well, the walls are 60 by 60. The inside of the farm is 58 by 58. So there's going to be a 58 by 58 space of dirt, and we're just going to do that by doing what we're doing on the screen basically. So just filling in the gaps in between the dirt platforms that we've already got outside of the the dirt platforms that we've already got inside of the farm. And I'm just going to go ahead, as I said, fill in the holes. And once we've done that, we'll join each other again. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more progress done, hopefully. And then we'll probably wrap up the video. So let me get to filling in the dirt and we'll be right back. Okay, you guys. So I'm not going to lie to you here. This is extremely tedious. So as you can see, we're just about to get a half of the farm covered in dirt. and it's taken a long time. It's taken a bunch of resources, so I think I might give up on this for today, because we've done a ton of work and I've been playing for a very long time now, and as I said, I'm on a bit of a time limit today, so I do need to get this episode over and done with very shortly. So I'm just gonna do a few things with you here before we wrap it up, and one of them is to finish covering this little hole here. So there we go, that's about half of the farm encased in dirt, which is 50% of the next step of the project complete. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take care of the stream that the mobs are going to enter when they leave the farm. So for that, we're going to have to break this block, and we're going to have to break these 3 blocks. We're going to have to break this one. Okay, so let me get the axe so that we can get the glass back. We need to take out this block, we need this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then there's a couple more, that guy and that guy. And that should be that. So we need a 4 wide exit, and we can take care of these torches, just move them around. Make sure this place is a little bit bright so that we don't get any spawns, hopefully. Well, we're going to get spawns, but not too many if we can control it. So let's just put a few torches down. And what we need to do is, we need to place down fence gates. I think that needs to be 8 fence gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4 wide. So let's go ahead and craft those. We should have some wood in here. So 8 times 4 is 24. And I think someone said that one log is one fence gate. So let's go ahead and test that theory out. Let's create some sticks. And are fence gates like this? Nope, that is a fence itself. So I think we're going to have to go like that. There we go. So I need 24 of these. Let's just turn all of those into sticks. And of course they get sucked into our stick pile anyway. So we can't tell whether or not it's going to take the amount of logs that we place down. But that is fine. So let's just craft a few more. So you need 4 sticks for each. So we need another 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need to put those in there. And that, like, oh, getting a bit stuck here. There we go. And then if I just take those as sticks, so that's the 24 that we need. So we're going to go ahead and place them down like so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Did I miscalculate that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. 8, 16, 24, 32. We actually needed 32, so I made an error on the calculation. Let's grab a few more. So we're going to need 24, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need another 8. So let's go ahead and pop those in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be a better test. No, it won't, because the sticks got combined again. But we started with 26 and ended with 26. So whoever said it was 1 log per fence gate is right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. So that is exactly what we needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we do actually get instructed in the tutorial to open all of these fence gates, but somebody also said that it's easier to keep them closed until sometime towards the end, so that when you're putting the water down, you can stand on them. And to me, that sounds like a good idea. So I am going to leave them closed for now. However, I do want to exit through this one so that we can double check. Yes, we did build this in line with the front of the farm, which is also suggested. So that is all that I'm going to have time for today, I think, guys. I'm afraid. So far we've got the first segment of the wall complete. We got 50% of the dirt filled in at the bottom here. Of course, the ocean monument we cleared out in the last episode, so that is all taken care of. We've got our very first fence gates fitted into the farm, which I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be the correct layout, because of course the farm that we built is a lot bigger than the one in the video, so we might have to sort of wing it a little bit with our water setup, but I will figure it out, so don't worry about that. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode, so I do hope that you enjoyed what you saw today. I've kind of had fun building this, but it is a bit tedious, so you know, it's one of those things that you have to get done anyway, so I'm not too fussed. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like down below. That is always appreciated and just helps out the channel a little bit. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments in general, be sure to put those down in the comment section below, because I will definitely respond to you on those. And finally, if you're new around here, then be sure to subscribe, because that will allow you to stay up to date with this series and any other videos that I do decide to post on the channel. So once again, guys, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and from me, this is goodbye. Bye bye.